All right, let's see. I'm gonna skip over some of this shit because there's really nothing to talk about. Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman. I guess I'll touch on that real quick. I like what they're doing with Bronson Reed. I've been really high on that. I've been really high. Now, this is the point where WWE sometimes gets lazy, is they'll book like 4 good weeks of somebody, and then they'll get over and they'll go, all right, we did our job. We did our job. He's over. Now put him in regular ass matches. And it's kind of funny him going against Braun Strowman because Strowman had this same kind of thing where they had like him doing all this crazy shit. All these like Superman level, Bane level strength kind of things, lifting up a tour bus and shit. And then just like he started having matches where he was like jobbing at points. It's like, what the fuck are they doing with him? But Bronson Reed now destroys that guy. Now I hope WWE keeps up with it. Hope WWE keeps running with it. The really cool spot of this, the end-all be-all spot of this one, was that he puts Braun Strowman on top of a car and then jumps from the there's like a little, cement kind of thing, roadway ramp thing, and he jumps off of it onto the top of the car. The windows explode out. Obviously rigged, but still, it was a cool little visual. Cool thing. I like when I'm a big fan of when they go out into the back and do the old school hardcore thing, wrestling outside and stuff like that. I think that's a cool callback to the Attitude Era. But yeah, then they're doing like these like cool, spots with special effects, I guess we'll call it. Just to, kind of sell more of this Bronson Reed as a monster. And I think it's great. I think it's, again, I said last week that this whole thing came from like totally left field, and I thought it was done very well. It's at the point where now when he gets, like, if he wins and then gets to the top rope, like, or even looks at the top rope, the crowd starts losing their mind because they think he's going to do the 5 tsunamis off the top. But yeah, they're getting Bronson Reed over. They're getting him over. And I don't think there was anything else with Bronson Reed. I feel like he cut a promo on somebody in the back. I want to say it was The Miz. Yeah, it was The Miz, because he said he's coming after The Miz after. Now, I do think that he is going to go after The Miz, and I'll actually tie in Miz's triple threat match, because I get the feeling that Miz is starting to try to like reinvent, and not a full-on reinvention, which I think would be kind of cool if Miz actually did like reinvent himself. And I always said that he'd be good with like a 4 horseman type stable. Because Miz is great on the promos. A lot of people sleep on the Miz when it comes to promos, but I always say it: angry, motivated, fucking Miz is a dangerous man on the mic, and he's eviscerated many people. Enzo Amore, one of the best men on the mic, he eviscerated him. Who's the other one I'm thinking? Daniel Bryan. Fucking eviscerated Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan not always the greatest mic man, but he was completely over. But yeah, Miz could carry a stable, I think. Like a legit stable, though. Not some goofy comedy stable. Now, if you notice, I get the feeling that Miz is trying to sort of reinvent his wrestling kind of what's the word? Prowess, I guess. Where he seems to be wrestling in a more serious way. Like he's taking himself a little more serious in the ring. Now, I believe they're doing that to sort of gear him up for Bronson Reed. And also, if you notice, they've been playing up Miz's past a lot more. His past as a obviously for the Intercontinental Championship. That makes sense because he was going for the Intercontinental Championship. But I think they're also playing that up for when he goes against Bronson Reed. They want to give Bronson Reed like some stripes. So for him to take out sort of a veteran in the ring and a more serious Miz going after Bronson or Bronson Reed going after him could be pretty good. And I thought they put on a good match. I think Miz has been doing having pretty good matches lately. Not amazing or anything, but I see him stepping up. Definitely stepping up his wrestling game. Let's see.